Caution, this video contains a goofy skit, and it illustrates a really important point. We've been talking about relevance for years. In fact, we did this skit nearly 10 years ago, and it still delivers a super important message. If you're not relevant to what the people on your list are interested in, they will tune you out. And while this skit illustrates what happens in a business to consumer B2C scenario, the same holds true for business to business B2B and for continuing education. As you watch this, put yourself in James' place and imagine how you feel and what you do when you keep getting emails that are nothing you're interested in hearing about. Here's how that plays out. In this skit, you'll see Kim, who is playing the role of the bike shop's email marketing. James is a person who just subscribed to the bike shop's newsletter and has now become a lead. And we have our narrator behind the camera, making it a little easier to follow the action. Let's watch and see what happens.
Hi, I'm James.
James has filled out a form on our website, and now Kim has his email address.
Hi, James. We sell bicycle parts, clothing for bike riders, and we also do repairs. Right now, we have a sale on repairs. Mention this email and get 20% off your next repair.
The email that was sent had clickable links to each section of Kim's website: parts, clothing, and repairs.
I'm interested in clothing for bike riders.
James has clicked through the clothing link.
Hi, James. We're running a sale on special bike seats right now. Super comfortable for those long rides. Click to find out more. Hi, James. We have an open house featuring our service staff. Come on in for a free tune-up and some popcorn. We'll also be showing off some new handlebar wraps. Hope to see you.
Okay, what did you learn? Did you see how quickly James just disconnected from the bike shop? Why do you think that happened? Well, right, because the bike shop kept broadcasting information to him that he didn't care about. That's what happens when you keep broadcasting email time and time again that isn't relevant. It's what you want to say rather than what your people want to hear. They leave you. They're going to unsubscribe, or even worse. What could be worse than an unsubscribe? They're just going to stop reading your emails and you'll never know. You'll keep sending emails out to that person and they ignore you time after time, which is worse than an unsubscribe because it counts against your engagement, which relates right back to your email deliverability. You want leads who are going to engage with your emails or get off your list. So we don't want leads that just linger out there receiving your emails but never reading them. Wow. Well, is there a better way to do this, do you think? That's right. Let's see how this plays out when the bike shop's marketing team starts crafting emails by paying attention to what interests their leads. Again, Kim is the email marketing, James is the potential customer, and our narrator is behind the camera telling you what's going on.
Hi, I'm James.
James has filled out a form on our website, and now Kim has his email address.
Hi, James. We sell bicycle parts, clothing for bike riders, and we also do repairs. Right now, we have a sale on repairs. Mention this email and get 20% off your next repair.
The email that was sent had clickable links to each section of Kim's website: parts, clothing, and repairs.
I'm interested in clothing for bike riders.
James has clicked through on the clothing link.
Hi, James. We've just brought in a new line of clothing that is getting rave reviews from our customers. We have clothing especially created for distance riders, a great selection for casual riders, and of course, clothing that will make any kid the coolest on the ride around the block.
I'm interested in clothing for distance riders.
James has clicked on one of the 3 links in the email.
Hi, James. We want everyone to have at least 2 pairs of our newest bike pants, specially created for distance riders. So we're offering you a buy one, get one deal. I also think you'll enjoy our ebook, Prepping to Ride in Any Weather, which has lots of great information in it for people like you who hit the roads with 2 wheels and a helmet. You can download that here.
I'd love those pants. I'll buy those. I'm also interested in the ebook. I'll download that later.
Thanks.
See the difference? We started with an email with 3 options in it. When James clicked through on one of those options, we captured his interest and took him down a path about the clothing he was interested in, the interest he expressed in the very beginning with his click. We kept his interest by communicating with him about what he really wanted to learn more about. And then James became a customer. When you consistently communicate relevantly to the people in your list, your engagement remains high, and that gives your emails the best chance of landing in the inbox. It also gives you a reputation that can withstand the 3 or 4 times a year when you email your entire list to tell them the new catalog is out. Over time, you might send more emails, but they'll be easier to craft because you're only trying to appeal to the people who are already interested in the topic. You're not trying to start something from nothing. And because you know they're interested, the emails are easier to write. You'll send to fewer people, but those people will be most likely to take action. And action is exactly what you need. Stay tuned for my next video.